If you really want to make your PC build look unique or match a certain color scheme, which is not a typical black, white, or maybe the occasional pink, you're gonna need to start painting your stuff, or in general to get into PC modding, which is very cool. And it's a big part of the PC building, enthusiast PC building community. Now, I am not the best artist, and my spray painting abilities are pretty average. However, I decided to show you guys a few tips, since it has been quite a few years that I've been painting stuff to make custom builds, because back in the day, even having an all-white PC build was difficult, so you had to take matters into your own hands. So here we are today with my RAM painting tutorial. Now, I recently made a motherboard painting tutorial, which I recommend you watch before this video, and there I basically spray painted the whole motherboard without much cover and explained how that was not going to damage the board. So that is why we're here, because I'm showing you guys two methods on how you can paint your RAM, and there is one method, which is the mainstream one, the slower one, which, however, sometimes results in you slightly damaging your RAM, or at least scratching it a little bit. And then we have the second method, which I recommend, which I use all the time, and it's a much faster method, a much more effective method in my opinion, which also makes it easier to undo what you've done, even though it may seem counterintuitive. So with that said, welcome back to OTPSUs, and let's get straight into it. Now, the traditional RAM painting method basically involves removing the heatsink from your RAM and then actually painting it. Now, to open up the heatsink, there are two possibilities. Either A, you're very lucky and your RAM kit has tiny screws on top, which is nowadays very, very rare, or you're average luck like me today and you need to open up your RAM kit by using a heat gun. Now, heat guns, you can buy them on Amazon for 20 to 30 bucks, and you're gonna do the job. You don't need a professional one. I'm gonna leave a link to everything you use down below, so in case you want to buy it, go ahead. But you simply warm up the RAM stick via a heat gun, and then you can just pry it open and get it out. But as you're seeing from the video, since RAM kits utilized thermal pads where the chips are, but they utilize some special glue pretty much. It's actually double-sided tape with a little bit of thermal resistance on the other side. You end up always ruining the tape itself, which is not a big deal, but shows you what we're going to get ourselves into. Also, after opening up the actual RAM kit, if we have RGB, we have to be very careful, because sometimes the RAM is wired in a certain way where when we are going to close it up, we're going to be very careful with how we do it. But anyways, once we have the actual heatsink separated from the RAM, we can then tape up where the RAM actually touches the heatsink and then spray paint it. Now, if your RAM is RGB, you're also going to have to tape up the RGB portion, which sometimes, however, is going to remain on the memory module itself. So it's going to be easier that way. Little pro tip, if you're doing a brand new build, I recommend you guys leave the stickers on your RAM. Do not peel it off, so you can then peel it off after and actually keep your stickers with specifications intact. In my case, I just spray painted all over it, okay? You can also just tape it up by cutting some duct tape properly on top of it and then remove it after, but I'm not precise enough, so I just wanted to do the quick and easy way and show you guys how to do it. Once you painted your half and half of heatsink, you can then put it together back, use a heat gun again, heat it all up again, it's gonna close up. In some cases, you're also gonna have to put some glue sneakily here and there to make sure it holds shut. And your RAM is done. It's going to look very cool, and also the RAM stick on the underside is going to be completely intact. As you can see, mine didn't come out perfect and it wasn't the best. Now, don't judge the quality of the actual paint job, because if you know a thing or two about paint, if you really want the paint to look good, you're going to have to sand it down with sandpaper, then maybe put a little bit of primer on it and then paint it. What I did was just paint it up quickly, which looks decent, but it's definitely not the best result. However, here we are with the second method, which may seem counterintuitive, but is so much easier and faster. Second method is simply tape up very well the pins on the bottom of your RAM and then spray paint the whole thing. Of course, if you have a sticker, make sure you leave the peel on it, and if there is not, make sure you mask it with some tape. If there is RGB, make sure you mask it with some tape as well. But then you can just spray paint the whole stick and it's not going to break, because if you pick the right paint, it's not going to be conductive, or at least it's not going to be conductive enough to hinder the small little chips, which are not the DRAM chips themselves, because they are under the heatsink and you're not going to reach them with paint. So you're going to be fine. The plus with this is the RAM is also going to be white on the side, which you may like, you may not like. If you don't want that to happen, you could also do a very good job of taping around the edges, and in that way you can still do it without opening up the RAM. This literally is going to take you a third of the time, and it's going to look, in my opinion, even better. It's what we've done here. Then after you have a base of paint, you could also go ahead with a brush or with whatever you want and really customize the RAM. As you can see, I was just going over it with a black marker to show you what we can do, but I'm a terrible artist. I'm a decent PC builder, not the best at graphics design out there. So with that said, this just wanted to be a short video for you guys getting into customizing your hardware. There's a lot you can do to make your stuff look unique. So let me know if you like it, and as usual, if you have any tips of your own, please drop a comment and let me know if you would have changed anything. Again, I'm not an expert, I'm just a guy who has been doing it for some time, and I'd gladly like your help. If you watched the video until the end, please drop a like and subscribe, and see you guys with some other modding projects. Bye bye.